What up, though, y'all? This is Ami with The Real Visual Outlet, and as always, beside me,
So.
And today we have a special guest on the show with us.
It's your girl, DiHardMedia, aka The You Love, aka Craze Collections, aka Timeless Creations, and DiHardMedia.
All right. Okay, so give us your social medias and where you are from.
All right, so I'm from the west side of Detroit.
Hey, what part?
The simplest. Come on now, Linwood.
Dexter way.
From Linwood to 6 Mile. There we go. Put it like that. Social medias are TheYou.YouLove. That is my personal blog. DiHardMedia, no underscores, no periods. That's my artist management and development page. It's developing currently. Timeless Creations. Event designs. That's my event management business. I do event designs and all that. And Craze Collections Boutique is launching in September. Plug. It's an online boutique for women and men.
Okay. So we see you delving off into many avenues. Tell us what inspired that for you, because we see that you're busy, you got the management, you got event design, you got a blog, and you got an upcoming release or launching for your, boutique.
Right.
So tell us what inspired that.
All right, so my inspiration, I guess, I would have to say would come from like my parents. I mean, there are two people who I've never seen stop, like especially my mom. I mean, I literally seen this woman try and do whatever she woke up feeling like doing that day. And growing up, I used to think that she was kind of all over the place. Like, how can you do all this and then want to do more? Like, it's just pick one, pick a lane. But now I'm hitting, I got kids and the whole family aspect of it. And I see, like, I don't have to stop. I just do what I want to do. I mean, the event design aspect of it is, yes, it's stressful, but I like to create. I like to take this empty canvas and make it something that we both can think is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Especially when people are just like, I like this, I don't know what else to tell you. So I can take that and I can run with it, and I can add your likes and my passion into it and make it something great. As far as the boutique goes, everybody like to feel good. So the biggest thing about feeling good is making sure you look good. That's the first step. I mean, even if you have a crappy day, if you're looking fly or you feeling fly, it's gonna keep you going for the most part. I mean, at least till you get home. Artist management and development. As a child, I used to want to be a journalist or a rapper or a singer.
But tell us about, hold on, I'm gonna pump you right there.
Yeah.
Tell us about, you wanted to be a rapper because of,
I was about to dip off in that.
You was about to dip off?
Yeah, I was. So growing up, I think I was about 12, 13-ish. And I've always been around music. I mean, from somebody switching a CD to, my grandma teaching us some new moves. And then my cousin decided that he wanted to be an engineer and a manager. So a group of friends and I, when I was like I said, I was about 6th, 7th grade. We came together. I could rap and sing, and then my homeboy could rap. And then my homegirl could rap and sing too. So we all just kind of got together and made up a group called Ballerific. Like, we was kind of popping back then too.
Ballerific.
Ballerifics, yep.
Oh, baller. I thought you said bowler. I'm like, yo.
As kids, we was trying to keep it as G as possible. You know what I'm saying? So that was the most kid friendly. And I mean, we did a lot. We did shows here at River Rouge. We performed at a couple schools. We had video games interest in like a soundtrack. We performed in Ohio. So I mean, we was working on our second album.
So what made you guys kind of stop?
The people over us.
Okay.
It got hectic. The original 3rd member of the group, her mom pulled her out for religious reasons, I want to presume. She didn't want her to rap about nothing but Jesus, to each his own. So my other cousin then got in, and she brought a nice little flavor to it. I mean, it was kind of dope. Like, she was more of a singer than a rapper, so she brought that extra little singing fling on it. And that was pretty dope. But when it came time to actually putting in the dedication and the energy that we needed from people over us, my cousin was supposed to be doing that, who was making the beats and everything, and he kind of dropped the bomb on us. I lost interest, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna even lie. Like I still love to write. I still like listening to music. I still like watching up and coming artists. I still like all of that. But like I don't know, I guess it was just a setback for me. I'm not gonna say it never made me want to never do it again, but I was just like, kid, next. So that's what led me into the management and development aspect of it. Like I have a pretty good taste in my mouth as far as like what they need and the type of person that they would need me to be, and especially like the newer artists. A lot of management companies don't like to deal with new artists because if you're not making no money, neither am I. You know what I'm saying? But there's so many people out here who do not know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you see somebody make a music video and you like, oh, I can do that. My man's got a camera. We can do that real quick, but you don't know the time and the energy or the style, and you're not telling nobody's behind you telling you what kind of music that you need to make. You know what I'm saying? Redirecting you into the type of person that needs to be successful. Like, yeah, you want to be who you are, but you also want to be who people want. So, you know, you got to learn how to sell yourself. You got to be marketable. You got to know what to do and what not to do on social media these days, because social media will murder you. I mean, just all those things, and that's really who I'm geared towards working with right now anyway. And it's not just because I'm just getting started. I feel like if I put enough work in, I know I can snag me a good one who already got a following and making some money. But I'm more interested in those people who really trying to find that lane and need a little more guidance, I guess you would say, and a little more teamwork from their manager to get the job done. Like, your biggest goal as an artist is to write your music and make your albums. So everything else should fall into play on everybody else on your team. That's why you got a team. I think there's a lot of people out here that could be great. So why not help them be great?
And so, do you already have an artist that you're working with currently?
I currently do. Yes, we still getting some paperwork under wraps, but Tribe NGA coming up real soon. So
is it Tribe Nigga or is it Tribe NGA?
It's Tribe Nigga, but you know we say NGA to keep it classy.
Okay.
It's Tribe Nigga. Check them out on SoundCloud though.
SoundCloud, okay. Tell us about your artist Tribe Nigga. I mean, although you have, you know, your paperwork under wraps, you know, still trying to get that together. Tell us about, you know, what you saw in Tribe, and where do you think that he'll be going? Like, where do you want to try to help develop or take him?
Okay, so to get that out the way, I know it's my choice, well, both of our choice to work with each other. But the biggest thing I want to be able to do when it comes to my artists is not just see where you're going, because I can see where you're going easily. I want you to tell me where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? So one of his biggest goals is to be able to keep his own sound, because he's not really, I hate to say it, but we all know Detroit got a sound. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't really have what you would think was the current Detroit sound. It's real 90s, early 2000s, taking you back there a little bit. And that's what I liked when I heard his music. That's instantly what I liked. You got like if Wale was to come out back in the 90s type vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause his music isn't what people would like it to be right now as far as Wale go. Like, you know what I'm saying? He could be so much better if he had a different sound. But it's just what the people's ears not ready for. But with Tribe, that's definitely, he's just a dope dude, real chill, you know, real receptive energy. He accepts any type of feedback that you're willing to give him. He's just somebody real easy to work with, and he got the ideas and I got the skills to utilize them to make everything come to fruition. So we just thought we would make a dope team. Definitely a couple singles coming out soon. We should definitely expect one no later than beginning of June. But he already definitely has some firework before me, still stuff that he working on. Like I said, just check him out, because his sound is real hip-hop-ish. It's not the normal rap where you snacking up everybody and taking everything, but it tell a story, and I like that too. Everything is more relatable because it's real. We like to feel like we know people these days, so it's real and relatable, and I mess with that.
Okay, so tell us if an artist wanted to get in touch with you as far as management. Tell us how they can get in contact with you, as far as management goes, and what your requirements are and specifications, I guess.
So right now it's DiHardMedia@gmail.com. You can reach me through email, and we'll set up some time and dates to go over everything. I do expect you to have some music. I don't mind working with new artists, but I don't want you to wake up today and be like, I want to be a rapper and have nothing. I do need music to work off of. I need you to know or have an idea of what general direction you're going into, and then once we sit down at the meeting, we'll have a meeting, and we'll go from there as far as which direction you're thinking you're going in versus the actuality of the direction you headed in, because we all have those false perceptions. But DiHardMedia, DiHardMedia @gmail.com right now.
All right. So tell us about your timeless creations. How did you get off into event planning? Are you accepting bookings now, or how frequently are you booked up? Like, tell us how they can get in contact with you. So just give us the rundown for Timeless Creations.
All right, so Timeless Creations. I got into that. I've always been into like up thrifting, like taking something old and making it new. But Timeless Creations, like I had kids and I liked developing their parties, like making the cakes and decorating and just making it look like a whole experience versus just like turn on some music and everybody go throw water balloons. Like I wanted it to be a real experience. So I got off into it maybe hardcore probably like a year and a half ago at this point, and it's just been going ever since. I did have somebody that I worked with prior to, but we split ways. It's smooth. She doing her thing. Shout out to them over there at the Elite Squad. And then I got Timeless Creations, where I mostly do linen rentals. Balloon decor. I do like party treats, like the party favorites. I do alcoholic and non-alcoholic. What else? I do the throne chair rentals, and I do the event design aspect as well, but I like to let y'all know that I offer the rentals too, aside from that. And yes, I'm accepting bookings daily. We are booking through the fall right now. So for all your graduation party needs, prom send-offs, the easiest way to reach me on there is if you check out the page, is the phone number there. You can send me a text, you can send me an email on there, Timeless Creations Event Design @gmail.com. Like I said, the phone number's on there, and we can link through there. We can link up and see what you want.
Okay, we got that. So heading over to the You Love. So that's the blog that you have currently. You're touching on about, being a parent, just being a woman in general from, Detroit, and just, allowing people to see that it's okay to have experiences, good, bad.
The good, the bad, the ugly, they definitely who make you. And I know a lot of times, like, what inspired me to do the You Love is my goal to let you inside of my life a little bit, to help you find a way to become the best version of yourself that you love. You know what I'm saying? We try to be somebody else in so many instances of life, and there's so many people out here that'll tell you that they're not. Like, there's so many people out here that'll tell you that they're not doing something because the world wants to do it this way, when realistically, most of us are. Most of us function off how we think the world wants us to be, and then we get lost. Some of us can adapt okay, and then a lot of us, like me, I like to walk along the edge. I like to see what's hanging on the edge of the cliff. And when you get to that, when you conform, it becomes an issue mentally, and moving forward in life, like I got married, which I do not regret. I have 3 children, of whom I don't regret at all. But at the end of the day, I lost myself in being a parent and a wife and a friend. Like, so many times do especially females forget, like, once you dive off into that lifestyle, people forget about you. Like, people forgot about Diana. I was no longer Diana. I was Mrs. Parker or Peyton's mom because when Peyton went to school, you know, or I was such and such's daughter or so and so's sister. Like, I'm still Diana though. And you know, I felt like I got lost along the way. So I'm just promoting on my page like a healthy lifestyle, like having children and taking a couple nights out for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. That don't make you a bad mama. That means you doing what you gotta do for yourself so you can come home tomorrow and be super mom again for them kids, making them eggs and that toast in the morning. And then at night you go out and have a drink with your girls or your dude or whoever you feel like you need to be around at that moment. It's okay to buy yourself something. It's okay to go out. It's okay to travel. Because it's oftentimes when you have children, people think like, oh, I'm gonna wait till I have kids to the right time. Ain't no such thing as the goddamn right time. There ain't enough money and enough time in the world for none of it. So it's a lot of what I'm promoting. I do parenting posts, lifestyle posts on the actual website itself, the youlove.org. I accept all type of inquiries or, you know, people reaching out to share stories. You can share them anonymously just to be able to connect with the rest of the world and let you know, like everybody else out here, that you're not by yourself and anything that you're going through, even if it's not somebody that you know personally.
So are people able to, on your blog, are they able to kind of input a topic, you know, that they want kind of discussed by you or advice from you as well?
Yep. So I have a subscribe page, a subscribe area, as well as an area where you can leave like any type of input you feel is needed, or whether you want to, like you said, if you want to send me a topic that you want me to elaborate on, or a story that you want me to share, like I said, anonymously, or just if you have a question that you feel like on one of the posts that I was hinting around and that you didn't feel like it was fully answered, you could do all that on the youlove.org.
And then I'm curious, so you have the blog, you have the artist management, you have the event management, and I'm probably leaving something else out. You're a parent, you're a wife. So how do you kind of manage like all those different avenues that you're doing? Because like you just said, a lot of people feel like, you know, like, well, I'm a parent, you know, so I can't do this. Or
right.
a lot of people really can't do, a lot of people don't feel like they can do more than one thing. You know what I mean? A lot
of people that feel like that.
You know, and you're doing a lot. So how do you kind of manage that and have the courage and the agility to even do that? So
I know I'm a busybody, but I'm not a scatterbrain, you know, so my handy dandy planner, not gonna even lie, but I dedicate certain days to do certain things, and that's something, because I have added something else to my roster. That's something that is new, to dedicating certain days. I recently quit my full-time job to be able to dive right off into everything that I'm doing too. So certain days dedicated to certain people, like when my artists need a day, you got it. This day is we doing, whether it be a photo shoot or we gotta go make some studio time, or you just need me to, you feel like something not working, so we need to have a conversation. And you know, with the event management, with the event design and everything, that's just a day-by-day thing. And that really don't take much of my time. The day of is the most critical. And with the boutique, that's come and go. That's kind of easy to keep track of. My website does that all for me.
Right.
I was not gonna have it any other way. And what else? The blog. Now, I will not lie and say the blog itself has been the most difficult for me to keep up with. Like trying to find time to type the post, actually make the time to type the post. That actually has been quite difficult.
Now, do you write like paragraphs and stuff like that? Because you know, I don't like writing, so I couldn't do no blog.
Yeah, I love it. Like I love it. It was like one of the first things in my life that I knew I actually liked, like writing. Okay. I used to write poetry. I used to write music. Like I had a whole like 4 journals dedicated to just like straight up writing. So I've always loved writing, but now it's just me trying to find that time. Like when I sit down, I'll be ready to pass out. I'm not gonna even lie. Like after a day to day of everything, I just be ready to be like, all right, I can type this. I pick it up to type it, I'll be knocked out. I don't even. So that I'm still struggling with the actual posting on the blog. Like the social media management aspect of it is quick because you can do that while you have to stop, like boom, 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 post, schedule your post. But actually typing, I'm gonna get there. I did read that in the first year of everybody's blog, that was the most common struggle. Trying to find time to actually post. So I'm working on that.
So do you see yourself, you know, ever not being a one-woman team? Adding more people to your team, or?
I do. I do, especially with the artist management and the event thing. Maybe not this year, but I know for sure, even with the artist management, I already need a whole team. It may not necessarily be a team of managers within the next couple years, but just a team overall, like a PR and like y'all with the photography and videography. I know I need all that, so that's avenues that I'm not even walking down. So I know I need that kind of team. But as far as like another manager, eventually, yes, the goal is for me to expand and be big enough to where I have multiple people on those teams specifically. But my boutique, if it get that popping, I might just open up a store, honestly.
Hey,
I know. If it get popping enough where I need somebody else to manage it online, I definitely probably would just open up a storefront and hire that way. But no, not the blog though.
No. So right now you're okay just kind of managing everything yourself?
Right now, yeah. I mean, I still have help. I definitely have outside help. But I don't have nobody on payroll.
Okay. Well, that's encouraging though, to see, one woman kind of doing all of this and stepping out on faith, as, my partner would like to say. Really going for what you want to do in life.
Absolutely.
Trying different things and stuff like that. Because like I said, a lot of people are kind of scared to kind of make that leap.
Even dabble into it a little bit.
Yeah.
My biggest advice would be, like me, I got a license in nursing. So, yeah, no, everybody doesn't have a license in nursing, but you get that one thing that you can fall back on. It's going to always be there.
Always.
It's going to always be right there. It's not going nowhere. It's not going to run away from you. You file it away and you just jump. A lot of people move towards their goals in different ways. And I've seen so many people do it the way of working at 9 to 5 and then trying to spend their wee hours of the night investing in their own. And it's just a long road. When you see a light at the end of the tunnel, just jump ship and swim. Just go.
And that's what you did with, quitting your full-time job.
That's exactly what I did. It's gonna always be there.
So how did you even build up the courage to do it? You say you just jumped, but I know it had to be a lot of, mental chatter, like, damn, can I, or will I, or you've had that mental chatter or not necessarily?
The easiest thing for me was because I didn't want to be there anymore anyway. It wasn't like I loved it anymore. It wasn't like I woke up like, ooh, yay, I'm going to work real quick. It was just a check. So at the beginning of the year, I told myself that January 2020, I'm done. I was quitting in December and I wasn't going back in January. That's what I told myself. And then, my job, it wasn't a horrible place to be. I don't want to make them sound like no whole assholes, but it's just like
just
little things.
Just
the little things would be like, oh, don't eat lunch in here, only eat lunch here, or this person can do this, but you can't, type situation. And it was like, June, I'm done. I'm done in June, because that's when my oldest daughter get out of school. She got at the end of June. So I'm like, I'm done in June, right? And then I went on vacation to visit my mom in Alabama. And did a little exchange with the car. And I was like, you know what? If I go home and this transition is just smooth, I'm quitting now. I'm quitting right now. And that's what I did. It worked out. And I put my 2 weeks in that Friday.
A lot of different things kind of sped up your, what you said, June 2020 or just January 2020?
January 2020.
January 2020 exit date.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's funny, because I kind of have for myself my actual date. If I open up my phone in here, and this ain't no lie, it says, let me see. No, leave end of 2022. That's my date. Okay. That's what I got for myself. 2022.
Okay.
So I kind of like how I think that you do have to kind of set that date for yourself.
You do.
You know what I mean? Or else you'll just be in like an endless cycle of
next year.
Yeah,
time.
you know.
I need this. And
Or working for someone.
Even that, and that's what I told my husband too. The biggest thing was I was like, because even him, shout out to Workplace Media, even him, the biggest thing was the comfortability of that check.
Mm-hmm.
It's stable, it's stability, you know what I'm saying?
It's always gonna come.
It's always gonna be there. So as long as you put your 40 hours in, you get a check. Like, you know it. But what came to me was, because I used to battle with, even if I wanted to be a whole entrepreneur, like, nobody want to deal with not knowing if you getting paid or not. Like, nobody want to deal with that. But then I started doing, no, some people probably be scared to tell you this, but then I started doing Lyft. And that just gave me a little glimpse of like, oh, I do what I want to do. Mm-hmm. I stopped driving right now. Yeah, you driving for a company, but you literally do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You can cut it off, cut it on when you want to. You can make $100, you can make $200. And I was like, that's what made me be like, I like that. I like being in control of that. Mm-hmm. I like if you got this bill due today, you ain't like, oh man, I don't get paid till next week though. That's the biggest slap in the face in the world, to know that you make a decent amount of money, like, cause I make pretty good money working there. Like, to know that you make a decent amount of money, and your ass gotta be like, well, I can't go to Cedar Point with y'all. I gotta pay my car note, or I can't go here cause I just got back from here. I don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. You want to be like,
or you ain't got enough vacation time.
Yeah, you ain't got enough. You can't take off.
Vacation time.
You can't take off cause somebody telling you, no, we need you. Like, girl, I need me. I need me right now on this beach. Like, nigga.
Say that shit.
It was a lot of factors that just was like, fuck it. I mean, real talk, it's there. So if I go out here and I bust my ass and the shit just ain't working, I can always go back. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna go back with my tail untucked and I'm gonna think about it and then redo it. And I'm gonna get the fuck on again. So right. It is what it is. I mean, I'm excited. I know I'm gonna do great because I'm speaking great. When you speak great, great comes back to you. When you do great, great comes back to you. I'm gonna be good.
You all action and you all gas, no brakes.
All gas, no brakes. The brake line has not been flushed in a while.
So yeah, I mean, as long as you continue to do the thing and you continue to set those goals for yourself, I don't see anything but, greatness coming your way. So shout out to you.
Much obliged. Shout out to y'all for shouting me out.
Thank you.
Shout out to y'all. But no, I'm excited about everything that has to come this way.
Well, I would say 2019 goals, but I feel like the biggest goal of them all is you brought a goal from next year into this year into fruition. So
yeah.
So that's a big ass hurdle, jump, leap, all of that.
And what's crazy is I had everybody keep asking me like, oh, how you feel? I had my last day my last day is Saturday. Mm-hmm. And everybody keep asking me like, oh, how you feel? How you feel? Like, you gotta give me a minute. Let me quit first. Let me be done and not have to go and get on my day-to-day grind. You know what I'm saying? Ask me in a month. How you doing?
Right.
You gonna be good.
I'm going to be good because I'm saying I'm gonna be good. Mm-hmm. Ask me to give you an honest answer. Ask me in a month.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey y'all, go to her page and follow her and direct message her. How you feel?
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna ask me. I'm gonna post it in my story. Ask me today how I'm feeling.
Facts.
Today. But no, I'm good though. I'm gonna be good. We gonna be good.
Absolutely.
Me and the little people and the husband, we all good. Go getters.
And we know that you do a podcast, Dirty Nubians. I've actually been featured on it twice.
Yes.
And it's a dope ass podcast. Tell us how you got off into that. And tell us how you got off into that. And how do you like talking on there?
Yeah, because it's different from blogging. You're kind of behind the screen and everything like that.
It's dope. The very first time I did it, I was just like, wow. I actually like that. Like, I wanted to start a vlog a while ago, but my husband was so uninterested in it, and I just thought it was pointless to do it by myself, so I just didn't. And then a couple years later, he actually has a podcast that he does with his friend, and they're dope. Wordplay Media, Wordplay Podcast. So I thought that was cool. And then my friend actually, simultaneously, they were starting their podcast around the same time. And she was like, I want you to be another voice on Dirty Nubian. Like, I don't want you to just be a guest, I want you to actually be somebody that they expecting to hear from. So I'm like, all right, I'll give it a try, let you know how I feel. I did it one time and I ain't stopped. Like, it's actually pretty dope. It's a good platform for people to have the option to hear you out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I guess like with everything else, they get to, if they're listening to you, they're choosing to listen to you. You know, it's something that's interesting to them. So a lot of people only think it's like about raw dog sex, and it's really not. It's just really about healthy sex lives. You know, so many women don't properly know how to care for themselves. So many men don't even know how to properly care for themselves. Tribe NGA is on that one too, if y'all like hearing from him. And shout out to Mike from Unique Creations. He's a photographer as well. And Ray, you know, she is the founder of that, the whole Dirty Nubians and our new collective, just doing our thing with that and bringing me on for that. Like, it's a pretty dope platform for me to even market myself and what I'm doing, as well as help everybody else and all the other endeavors as far as sexual healing. And I mean, we talk about a lot of stuff on there. We talk about mental health issues. We talk about healthy sex lives, healthy diets and relationships. This week we record every Sunday. This week could be like 420 friendly because, I mean, when in Rome, I mean, it's 421 right now, so why not? Had the dope event, Art and Nostalgia, this past Friday. That was pretty dope. Real nostalgic for like all the 90s, 88, 90s era kids growing up. Like, it was real dope, all the board games and stuff. So shout out to Sakari, do it Detroit. It's dope. I mean, eventually I do think I would like my own platform of a radio talk show, something of some sort, eventually. Not today or next year, but eventually. Just for my own platform of it, have a little more control and say so on what's going on. Right. So coming soon, nerd and later.
Always adding something to your
Girl, right. So much stuff. So much.
You're gonna have so much shit under your belt. I've done that. I've done that.
I still got that. I'm gonna have a whole notebook. I already got my binder started. STD shit to do.
Yeah. Well, I ain't mad at you. So we want to definitely thank you for coming out to the Real Visual Outlet. You just recently gave some shout outs. Did you have anybody else that you want to shout out?
No, I think I did. Everybody. Of course, y'all, But no, I'm good. Everybody, y'all know. Wordplay Media, our new collective, Dirty Nubians, Tribe NGA, Unique Memories. I've said mine like 50 times. So you love Timeless Creations. Like, no, but yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. And in about a month, we're going to ask you how you doing.
Whole month, yes.
All right. And y'all, don't forget to DM her.